Factor the following completely. If the polynomial is not factorable, write prime. So when we look at this first one here, we need to look for the biggest number that divides into both 24 and 48. And sometimes you need a calculator on these, but hopefully you recognize that 24 divides into both 24 and 48 evenly. There's no common variable, so when we factor this out, 24x divided by 24 is x, and 48 divided by 24 is 2. Don't forget to put in the y. Problem number 2. 9x squared plus 9x minus 18. Well, we're looking for the biggest number that divides into both 9, 9, and 18. We don't have to worry about the x's, because there's an x squared and an x, but the 18 doesn't have a term, or doesn't have a variable. So the biggest number that divides into 9, 9, and 18 is 9. And once we factor that out, 9x squared divided by 9 is x squared. 9x divided by 9 is 1x. We don't necessarily have to write the 1, but you can. And 18 divided by 9 is 2. If you want to get technical, it's negative 18 divided by 9, which is negative 2. Same idea here on problem number 3. We want to factor the greatest common factor. This one a little bit different because we do have x squared and x in here. But let's start with the numbers. The biggest number that divides into both 8 and 10 is 2. And then, in terms of the variables, we're going to take the smallest exponent between x squared and x, it's x. And now we're going to divide. So we're taking 8x squared divided by 2x to figure out this first term. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. X squared divided by x is x. We had 2 x's, we took out 1, we still have 1. 10x divided by 2x is the next part. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And what I often say is we had 1x, we took it out. Notice how the x's cancel out. So 2x times 4x plus 5 is our factored version of 8x squared plus 10x. Last problem. When we look at this one here, once again we need to look for the biggest number that goes into all of those. However, we don't have to worry about the x's. And I'm floundering here for a moment. But the biggest number that goes into all of those, I believe, is 4. So let's see. And if we factor out a 4, 4x squared divided by 4 is x squared. And 20 divided by 4 is 5x. And then here, I'm going to have to do the math real quick. 4 goes in there once. Yes. So 56 divided by 4 is 14. I did not have a calculator, but you could be able to do that with a calculator very quickly. But 4 times the quantity of x squared plus 5x plus 14 is factored with the greatest common factor.